You know, as Vano I can tell you that it's kinda weird to play as this faction from time to time. And no, it's not because we look different or we do things a little bit differently or whatever have you, but it's because developers seem to test on us a lot of new things. And of course, as video title says, I'm gonna be giving you my thoughts on the new pistol for Vano, the charge up one called Spiker. Now basically it has the same stats as Beamer, but unlike Beamer, it has 2-round burst as a default shot and charge-up mechanism as well. Well, much like Lancer or Phase Shift. This charge-up shot, instead of delivering the much-needed explosive round that we were promised at the beginning, instead will deliver 6-round burst. Not bad in a way. As for design of this weapon, I have to say I really like it. The whole energy ball as a magazine thingamajig really works for me. But what doesn't work for me is iron sights. Once the clip is empty, it pops up and looks just like Commissioner's or Underboss's type of iron sight. Or rather I should say the rail on which iron sight is put on. The whole rail itself is terrible. It just doesn't seem to fit in the whole gun design. The iron sight itself actually is pretty good, I like it. From Cerberus type of iron sight, yeah, sure, it fits there. But the rail itself, as I said, doesn't fit there. I think it should be removed and remade into one solid weapon, not one big part that pops up. Anyways, the big question is whether or not this weapon is worth your time buying and using actually. Well, the whole deal with this weapon is that if you really want to take out an enemy, you will have to use the charge up mechanism. Because with normal fire, it's just too slow. But the whole deal with secondary weapon, aka pistols, mostly is when you need another shot or two at the enemy that is coming after you, and or you have some problems with your primary, like you don't have ammo or you just started reloading or whatever. And you want essentially to quickly dispatch that enemy that is coming after you, not charge up and wait for that one big burst. Well, normal fire could help, but honestly it's just too slow, as I said before. Now of course you're gonna use this weapon a little bit differently when you're gonna be using your Stalker Cloaker. Of course with stealth you can go behind the enemy and start charging the weapon and then deliver the big blow and then maybe finish him off with 1 or 2 extra shots. But in big battles you won't really be able to use that charge up mechanism as well, because everyone's around you and everyone watches every corner pretty much, so you won't really be able to go up against the enemy and charge up directly. You'll have to think about what you're doing. Well, at least Spiker is the only charge up weapon for Vano that doesn't shoot as soon as its charge up is ended. You can charge it up and just walk around for indefinite time. The whole problem with the charge up mechanism is that you will shoot as soon as you release the trigger, not when you pull it. And that will impair your fire rate. Sure, you have options, but frankly I would rather prefer one big easy to use weapon instead of this complicated problematic secondary that won't really fit the description of being useful. I mean, when you take a look what other factions got, it's shotgun and fully automatic pistol. Basically either SMG or shotgun. So what the hell? What the hell did we get? A half-finished, half-baked lab experiment? And this is where my disappointment comes the most, because Vano is supposed to already be mastering the alien hardware, so they should be getting pretty solid and well working weapons, not experiments. That is the thing that NC is supposed to be. They are the ones that put together some parts from TR, mining and Vano technology, not Vano itself. Nonetheless, my suggestion for fixing this weapon for it to be at least more useful would be just put in another fire mode that blocks the whole charge up mechanism and allows us to use only the single 2-round burst fire mode. Also by increasing its fire rate, because for fuck's sakes Desperado shoots faster. But aside from that, I'm still quite disappointed that they didn't introduce mini lasher type of pistol. But oh well, maybe next time. So guys, your thoughts after using Spiker or at least hearing about its concept. What would you change?